This program provides education, not advice. Sponsors pay a fee for endorsements and interviews. See the truthayf.com disclosure page for details.
This is where technology, innovation, and personal finance come together.
This is the truth about your future with Rick Edelman.
Support for the truth about your future with Rick Edelman comes from Invesco QQQ. 25 years ago, Invesco QQQ rethought the investing landscape by providing access to the Nasdaq's 100 most innovative companies, all in one ETF. What's ahead for the next 25 years? Could it be flying cars, neural implants, electric planes? Nobody knows for sure. But one thing's for certain. You can gain access to that progress with Invesco QQQ ETF. Let's rethink possibility. There are risks when investing in ETFs, including possible loss of money. ETF risks are similar to those of stocks. Investments in the tech sector are subject to greater risk and more volatility than more diversified investments. The Nasdaq 100 Index comprises the 100 largest non-financial companies on the Nasdaq. You can't invest directly into an index. Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Visit Invesco.com for prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully before investing. Invesco Distributors, Inc.
It's Thursday, September 19th. First off, I want to say thanks to so many of you who sent in your comments to me about my podcast yesterday, inviting you to help me resolve my dilemma of deciding who to vote for in the presidential election this year. I explained in my podcast yesterday that I am among those who are undecided, and I laid out just a couple of examples why I'm not happy with, frankly, either Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Guess maybe I feel like the Teamsters. They, too, have decided not to endorse anybody this year. For the first time in decades, they're sitting on the sidelines in the election. Anyway, if you missed yesterday's podcast, the link to it's in the show notes. I encourage you to listen to it or read the transcript. And more importantly, I encourage you to do what so many folks have already done. Send me your comments. Explain to me why I should vote for the candidate of your choice. Why is it you feel I should vote for Donald Trump? Why is it you feel I should vote for Kamala Harris? So many of the comments that I received were thoughtful, well-considered, and frankly, they are beginning to influence me. So I'm going to continue to accumulate all of the incoming emails, and starting in October, I'll share with you some of what I've been hearing from you and all of my other podcast listeners so that we can work on this together, because we are, after all, together going to live with the results, aren't we? But let me move on to what I wanted to chat with you today. You went to college, right? Did you live on campus? Did you live in a dorm in your freshman year or maybe even beyond? What was your dorm like? Well, I want to tell you about Eden Bowen Montgomery. She is an interior designer based in Mississippi, and she only does interior design work for college dorms. Students are now spending twice as much on dorm furnishings than they did 10 years ago. It's now $1,400 per student. And when they hire Eden Bowen Montgomery, they spend $10,000. This is to go to a college. They spend $10,000 dressing up their dorm. This is a dorm that is at a college where tuition is $9,400. Yeah, they're paying more to decorate their dorm room than they are to go to class. What are they getting for the 10 grand? Custom fabrics for the curtains, monogrammed pillows, linens, sofa and a coffee table, a headboard and dust ruffles, handmade murals, luxury light fixtures, real wood hutches, shelves and cabinets. Now, if you think that that's stupid, spending 5 figures to dress up a dorm room, a room you don't even own, furniture in a room that probably isn't going to suit your needs after you leave the dorm? Well, if you think that's stupid, let me tell you what's really stupid. Dressing up, not the dorm, dressing up the grades. Everybody in college, it seems, is getting straight A's. And why not? If I give you 50 grand to go to your college, you damn well better give me straight A's. At Harvard in 1950, the average GPA was 2.6. Today, at Harvard, the average GPA is 3.8. This is out of a scale of 1 to 4. Everybody at Harvard is an A student. At Yale, 80% of grades are A. At all four-year colleges across the country, the most commonly awarded grade is now an A. But the amount of time that the average college student spends studying is 50% less than it was in 1960. Study half as much, but get grades that are twice as good? How can this make any sense? This is all part of the entitlement society that we've created. In Little League, the kid shows up, so you give him a trophy, a participation trophy. Now in college, the kid shows up, so give him an A. You think their future employer is going to go along with that? Not if they go work for a company, but sure, if they get a union job or a government job, there, all you often have to do is show up. This is a big part of what's wrong with this country, and it's getting worse as more and more people are given money and accolades that they frankly did not earn. If all we demand is that you show up, our incentive to innovate and improve falls away. Our leadership in science, math, and engineering dissipates. Our innovations, our patents will decline, and our ability to maintain our stature as the world's dominant economy will begin to fade away. We really need to give ourselves some serious thought about this, especially when your teenager asks for 10 grand for monogrammed pillows in their dorm room.
We'll be back with more here on The Truth About Your Future. Stay with us.
Electricity, a big idea that's inspired countless new ones. From powering the light bulb to virtually powering our entire lives. 30 years ago, State Street launched the Spider S&P 500 ETF, SPY, a big idea that inspired the world to invest differently, and still does. What can you do with SPY?
Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Visit ssga.com for a prospectus containing this and other information. Read it carefully before investing. SPY is subject to risks similar to those of stocks. All ETFs are subject to risk, including possible loss of principal. Alps Distributors, Inc. Distributor.
Hey, I'm really excited about what we've got going on tomorrow, Friday, at 1 p.m. Eastern, is a webinar on the Q4 Crypto Outlook. We're fast approaching the fourth quarter, starts October 1st, and we're going to tell you what you need to know. This has been a pivotal year for the crypto markets. We've seen the launch of the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF so far this year. Crypto is having a big influence on the presidential and congressional elections because the crypto community has raised $200 million for half a dozen PACs, and they are spending the money on the candidates of their choice and opposing candidates who are opposed to crypto. Well, what does it all mean for the price of Bitcoin and everything else in the world of crypto? Tomorrow, I'm going to be joined by Matt Hogan from Bitwise. Matt's bringing along 20-plus charts, and he's going to show you what's underneath all the headlines. Give you a preview of what to expect, not just in Q4, but also into 2025. You don't want to miss this. It's a free webinar, 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. You can register for free right now at the link in the show notes, or go to dacfp.com, dacfp.com. By the way, if you're a financial advisor, you get 1 CE credit. And next Wednesday, September 25th, also at 1 p.m., we have another webinar on crypto, this one unlocking alpha in crypto equities, going beyond buying Bitcoin and Ethereum and investing in the publicly traded stocks that are engaged in the crypto community. We're talking about Bitcoin miners, semiconductors, financial services, and a whole lot more. You're going to hear from Chris Ryan, portfolio manager at Galaxy, one of the top crypto companies, and he's going to share with you some innovative strategies and active management opportunities. If you're interested in learning more about two of the biggest topics in investment management, this webinar is going to be a whole lot of fun for you. Again, it's next Wednesday, September 25th, 1 p.m., and again, you can register for free. The link is in the show notes. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow and again next Wednesday.
I'm glad you're with me here on The Truth About Your Future. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to follow and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. And remember, leave a review on Apple Podcasts. I read them all. Never miss an episode of The Truth About Your Future. Follow and subscribe on your favorite podcast app.
I'll see you tomorrow.
increased awareness and actionable intelligence about the forces that are shaping our world.
This is The Truth About Your Future with Rick Edelman.